Hey everyone, welcome back to South Harmon, the redraft channel. I'm Eric Vanek, the host of America's Game. You can find me at X at Eric Vanek NFL. And today I'm going to go over my top 10 running backs that I have this year for redraft rankings. And obviously, running back was the king last year. If you had the All RB team, you smashed probably. A lot of teams won some leagues last year with the running backs with the way they performed. Now, is that going to happen again this year? Time is going to tell. We're going to see on that. Wide receivers have usually been king for the last couple years, but those running backs really came on this past season. So we're going to go ahead and talk about these running backs. So my number one running back this year is going to be Saquon Barkley, and it is really tough to put Saquon here just because I don't think we've had a quarter or a running back repeat number one overall since Todd Gurley did it. Back in like 2016, 2017. So it's been almost 10 years, probably 8, 9 years since it's happened. Barkley, I got to say, man, there might be nobody better than him to be able to do it this year. So I'm going to put Barkley at 1 for right now. But if you wanted to take Bijan or Jahmyr Gibbs or whoever above Saquon Barkley, I wouldn't blame you. But he's still going to be top 3 minimum for most players this year. But Saquon, absolutely monster season last year. 2,005 yards, 13 touchdowns, 345 attempts I don't love, plus all those carries in the playoffs. So he might have a little bit of wear and tear on him this year, but man, Saquon is built like an absolute freak. I don't want to bet against that guy. So Saquon Barkley, he is my RB1 right now. Number 2 is going to be Bijan Robinson. And Bijan had a tremendous year last year, too. 1,456 yards and 14 rushing touchdowns on 300 carries, plus all of his receiving work that he did as well. Bijan should be set up again to have another monster season. And usually a player's second or third season is when they fucking smash. And I think Bijan Robinson is set up for that this year. Bijan Robinson should be easily in the top 3 for everybody in the running back spot this year. Next guy up, Jahmyr Gibbs. He had a tremendous year last year, 1,412 yards on 250 carries. So just about the same amount of rushing yards as Bijan, but 50 less carries, 16 rushing touchdowns, plus all the receiving work. I mean, how do you just not love Jahmyr Gibbs? And then, new offensive coordinator, they might, give less to David Montgomery and go more to Jahmyr Gibbs this year. That's a very distinct possibility. And Jahmyr Gibbs could easily be the RB1 this year for us in fantasy. So I think these top 3 guys I absolutely love. If they went 1, 2, 3 off the board in redraft, I wouldn't blame anybody for doing that. I think these 3 are top notch right now. Number 4 is going to be the rookie, Genty, who went to the Raiders. And this is just purely on Pete Carroll's history as with the running backs, and then Chip Kelly's history with running backs. They love to run the ball. They are fast tempo, move the ball, move the ball, move the ball. And Genty is going to be able to do that. Plus, his receiving ability is very good as well. Like, I'm not going to say he's Jahmyr Gibbs or any of these types of guys, but Genty can easily catch 40 to 50 balls this year and add in another 300, 400 receiving yards and a couple of receiving touchdowns there. So if people are taking Genty right now in round 1, don't blame you at all. I think that Genty is really, really good. I'll take him there in the round 1. And then my other round 1 running back I feel very confident in is Christian McCaffrey. Now, obviously, with McCaffrey's injury history, we kind of have to monitor him all offseason. If he gets any little nick or anything, I'm going to be definitely worried. Just because last year we didn't think this Achilles stuff was going to matter, and here he is. He missed like half the year and all that. So with McCaffrey, I'm going to be very wary. That's why I have him at 5. Like, if he was... I knew he was fully healthy, ready to go, he'd probably be second or third, honestly, for me, the way that Christian McCaffrey plays. But I think this is a conservative rating. I think you can still get him in your top 8 to 9 draft picks in the first round. And I'm going to take Christian McCaffrey there and just, we're rolling the dice here. We're going for a home run swing. And Christian McCaffrey is definitely that home run swing with his fantasy upside. Next up I have is Derrick Henry, 1,921 yards last year, 16 touchdowns. The guy just has a huge motor. He doesn't stop. And this offense is just built around him and Lamar in the passing game. And it was really, really good last year. And I think it's going to be great again this year. I'm taking Derrick Henry. probably end of round 1. The turn of round 2 is probably where you're going to have to take Derrick Henry again this year. And why not? The team is just set up for great success again. Everything is pointing towards Derrick Henry. So I'm going to go Derrick Henry there as my RB6. RB7 I'm going to have is Devin Achain, the running back from the Miami Dolphins. And I think Achain had a really good season last year, too. 203 carries, 900 yards. He did miss a couple games. Only had 6 rushing touchdowns, but his receiving was really good. I believe he had 60 receptions, added a bunch in the receiving game for you. We never really saw that Devin Achain like monster game where he had 200 rushing yards and a couple touchdowns and had all these long plays. And I think that's going to come again this year. Like, he's too good and too talented and too fast to be just held in check like that. So I think Devin Achain is going to be somebody that has a big fantasy upside for us this year. We see those big games again. He might have a couple stinkers in there too. It is very possible with Miami and how they've been playing. But I think he's going to get back to those huge plays that we've seen from Devin Achain in his rookie year. So I really like him. Next, Jonathan Taylor. Man, 1,400 yards last year, 11 touchdowns. And this, for me, you just look at his end of the season last year. He ended with 4 straight 100-yard games, and they were big ones. 170, 200, 150. Like, he had some monster rushing yard games at the end of the season last year. And I think it's going to have to happen again. You see the stuff with Anthony Richardson already, his shoulder injury. He's already sitting out of OTAs and mini camps. We don't know if Anthony Richardson might not even play this year. Daniel Jones is there, Riley Leonard. They're not going to be passing the ball 40, 50 times a game. Like, they're going to have to run the ball. And Jonathan Taylor and DJ Gibbs especially, too, I think is an underrated player right now. But Jonathan Taylor, he's going to be the man, the myth, the legend. He's going to be everything for the Colts this year. 300-plus carries again. 1,400 yards, definitely in the realm of possibility for Jonathan Taylor. If that's a guy you can get in round 2, I'm hammering him every single time because I think he's set up for another monster season. Running back 9 for me, I have Bucky Irving, and he had 1,122 yards last year on 207 carries, 8 touchdowns. We saw what happened last year when he started getting rolling towards the end of the year. Like, he just took over for the Tampa Bay, and I think he's going to be the guy this year. The team really loves him. I think the offensive line is improved. Everything is about this offense I really like. Adding a Buka, like, you can't stack the box on Bucky Irving, and I think his second season might even be better than his rookie season, which is crazy to think about. So Bucky Irving, definitely somebody I want to have. And then my last guy at running back 10 is Josh Jacobs. Man had 1,329 yards last year, 300 carries, 15 touchdowns, and they ran that entire offense through Josh Jacobs. They were the most run-heavy team last year in the league. So I'm going with Josh Jacobs here. I think he's set up to have another really good season. It's not like I like Matthew Golden. They added him, but I think they're going to be a team that has to run the ball and be more balanced this year. So Josh Jacobs should be set up for that. But appreciate everybody checking in on this one. We're going to be back next for the wide receiver top 10 video.